Hey YouTube, how we doing? This is Doug C here. It's Wednesday afternoon and I am getting started on a it'll be either 2 or 3 part series on this 10-gallon tank here. It's a Marine Land standard 10-gallon with the hood with two, I think it's rated for two 15-watt bulbs. Now I replaced the incandescent bulbs with the Zoomed 6500K mini compact fluorescents. Now that made a big improvement just in the lighting in the tank. I can already tell that it looks better. Now I have a couple small plants in here, a couple small crypts, and not even sure what else I kind of just threw in there from my other tank. Nothing great. As you can see, it's got some fake plants there. Java moss, the small crypts, like I said. The stocking is some one molly which came out of nowhere. He must have been a survivor from a batch of mollies. I used to have mollies in this tank and he was just hiding in here, and now he showed up. He follows around the dwarf cichlids I have in here. He's trying to mate with the female Araguaia. If you know about mollies, they like to get their freak on, and he's trying to go cross species with it, getting real freaky. But I might actually leave them in there because they're supposed to be good for picking up algae if I do get any. Like you see them right now picking at it. The other fish in here are some dwarf cichlids. They're Araguaia, Lacarta Araguaias. Really pretty fish. All the fish are gonna stay. I might get some Cory cats and a couple autos. Might be a little heavily stocked for the filter I have in here, which is the filter that came with it, which you can see isn't the best filter in the world, but it works. I clean the crap out of my tank, so I don't really have to worry about my filtration too much, but I'll probably end up replacing it at some point. Now the next step is going to be to replace the substrate, which is this here. I got a half a bag left of pool filter sand. It's made by All Star. I just got it at Menards for, I think it cost me $9 for a 50-pound bag of it. Now if you're going to use pool filter sand and do a planted tank, you're going to need nutrition. So I have some boost, they're clay substrate boosters. They're little pills you put underneath. I'll show them to you when I do that part. They're little pills, and there's also some flourish tabs, root tabs in here, which I'm going to use too. Split them in half for the little tank. Use 2 or 3 of them. The other tools I'm going to be using today are an empty bucket for an old bucket for the old substrate. I got a new bucket. Well, not new. This is my regular fish bucket. That's where I'm gonna keep the fish for an hour or 2 while I'm doing this. Of course, all your cleaning stuff, you know, normal fish keeping things, your siphon and nets and all that. And then I have the CO2 do-it-yourself system I'm gonna use for this one. I already mixed up my mixture so that it's going by the time I put it in the tank. I did it last night. 2 cups sugar, half teaspoon of yeast, and activate the yeast, put it in there. It's pretty simple. You can find like 100 different recipes for that. There's all kinds of jello, and they use baking soda and a lot of that. I just do a basic sugar and yeast, and that's it. I've found it works for me. So then you're gonna need some tubing for that. I will go through this part. That's gonna be the next part of the video, is to do it yourself. Well, actually I'm gonna do the substrate change and then that, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm about to put in work. So I got all my tools out. What you're gonna need, you need a small drill to make some holes in your stuff, and you know, things like that. You're gonna need some small tools if you have a nice toolbox. I don't have a nice one, but I got the tools I'll need. You're gonna need some coffee. I just got out of work, so we're gonna need that. The buckets, a fish tank, and some plants. Now plants I have plenty of in my upstairs tank, so I'm going to trim out some plants out of my upstairs tank, bring them down here. And I'm also going to a swap meet this weekend where I'm going to pick up a few more plants for this little tank, and probably try to find myself some stargrass. I seen Slim Tim had some stargrass that he gave somebody and it made me want some, so I'm going to go this weekend and go to swap, which ain't too far from my house, and see what I can find. Other than that, I think that's about it for supply stuff. If I come across anything else, I will say it while I'm doing it. Alright, I'll see you in part 2 when I start the... Actually, I might just make it part of this video. No, I'll make a part 2 because they're already at 5 minutes here almost. So, part 2 will be a substrate change, so see you then.